Asia Pop 40.
Hi, I'm Joey, and today we're going to be speaking with an uber talented young singer-songwriter from the UK. Her name is Beren Olivia, and we have her over webcam right now. Hello, Beren. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thank you. Excited to be chatting to you.
Yeah, you too. Before we start, I should probably let people know a little bit about you before we get to our first question. So, Beren has been releasing a string of singles, mostly on her YouTube page, since the beginning of 2020. There are some songs that I really enjoy listening to, like Black Magic, Falling Up, Hurt So Good, History, Read My Mind. But she recently dropped a 5-song EP, and the latest song that I have been loving and digging is also the title track of this EP called Early Hour of the AM. And today we're going to talk about this EP and also about upcoming projects. But before we get into any of that, Beren, tonight, is it true that you're going to be opening or singing on the same stage as James Arthur?
I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I just want to say that I couldn't believe that you were going to take our interview today, because if I were you and I have such a big gig tonight, I would be jittery the whole day. So how do you feel right now?
Jittery is a good word. Yeah, definitely feeling that. But I'm like, it's good though, because like I feel like if I just kind of get on with the day as I usually would, I'll worry about it later. James has been so supportive of me. He saw a TikTok that I duetted with him like ages ago, and he's just been like championing me and supporting me ever since. So when he had this show, he asked me to open for him, and I was just like, oh my goodness, yes.
How did that conversation happen? Like, did he reach you through DM or TikTok, or how?
No, so his team got in touch with my manager.
Oh, okay.
And we actually found out like a few days ago. Like, I think it was like Friday last week we found out, and we were like, because we're getting a show prepared, we're getting it like everything ready. So we were aiming to start live shows October.
Yeah.
So we initially were like, don't know if we're 100% ready for this yet, but this is a massive opportunity. He was just like, literally just do an acoustic set. I'd love for you to open. I was like, okay, we can do that.
Nice.
So we made it work.
Okay. And by the way, the venue is London's Lafayette, and it's a very nice venue for acoustics, because I think the whole venue is all made of like pine wood or something, right?
Is it? I've never been. I don't know. I think it's new. It's quite new.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about this place. But as a performer, what's your dream venue? Like, have you ever thought of like what is the end goal? Like Wembley Stadium, O2 Arena?
When I was really young, I was watching, the Justin Bieber Never Say Never documentary.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Massive believer. And there's like a whole thing in that documentary where he sells out Madison Square Garden. And like, I've just had it in my head ever since I saw that as a kid, like I need to sell out Madison Square Garden.
New York.
So that's the thing. I've got a ton of family in New York as well. Like my dad is a New Yorker, and he has 8 brothers and sisters. So it's like loads of aunts, loads of cousins and uncles. So it's like half the venue will be my family.
That's good to know. You got half of the venue covered already.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so you've also spent some time in LA recently, right? So like you're very familiar with the States. Right now you're in the UK. When are you planning to go back to the States to perform?
Really, really soon. To perform, that would be amazing. If we can jump on a support tour or something, I'm definitely all for that. I think we're definitely looking at writing sessions as well out there. It'd be good to just kind of reconnect with everybody. Like I've been working with people and like keeping in touch over Zoom for the last year or so, and like doing sessions that way. But there's a couple sessions where we're just like, nah, this needs to be in person. So hopefully really soon. If not the end of this year, it'll be beginning of next.
Yeah, I think that's, like face-to-face energy is still a little different than, Zoom. There's always a little bit of a lag and you can't quite hear everything properly. But this whole journey in music for you started, it must be when you were really young. Like I heard somewhere that you picked up your first guitar when you were, in your early teens, 13?
Yeah, I mean, I was always writing. Writing was always something that came super natural to me. I was one of those kids that like kept diaries and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I was always writing poems. I absolutely fell in love with poetry and just storytelling. And I would write in the back of like my chemistry books and get detention because I'm not paying attention in class. But The singing came later.
Yeah.
I think that was just purely a confidence thing. But once I literally just picked up my brother's guitar one Christmas. I think I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
And taught myself a few chords, learnt some Taylor Swift songs, and then started like turning the poems that I was writing into songs.
Oh,
and then
nice.
it just kind of made...
Okay, so wait, 13 or 14? You're 22 now, so that would have been 8-9 years ago. Did you learn anything from Taylor's Red album?
Oh my gosh, I think Treacherous was the first song I ever learned.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was my first, because the Red album is my absolute favorite.
Is that
like, it's got a soft spot for me. I love that album, like All Too Well and like State of Grace, Red. I'm obsessed with those songs. So yeah, definitely just learned a ton of Taylor Swift songs on the guitar.
Yeah, actually, I do. When I listen to your music, I have a feeling that you've got to be a Taylor fan. But there's also a little bit of maybe, I don't know, Pink maybe in the music that I hear.
Ooh. No one said that to me before, but I'm so happy you did because I love Pink. I grew up on like Avril Lavigne, Pink, Christina Aguilera, Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like all of those like 2000s albums. So Pink's Misunderstood album is like my favorite thing.
Of course. And I'm so glad that here, like me by myself being, part Canadian and Taiwanese, I'm so glad here there are a couple of Canadian names you just dropped there. But we also heard just now that you have a brother who plays the guitar. Yes, Alec has a band, right? He has a trio. So you come from a pretty musical family. I heard that his band New Rules recently toured the Philippines. Did you ever follow him to Asia?
They did. I didn't though. It was so sweet though because some of their fans are like super supportive of me as well. And so like they were giving my brother like little messages and like little. I think one girl bought me earrings, bless her, and like my brother gave them to me when he got back. So I cannot wait to go out and just meet everybody and like these are people that have never met me and yet they're buying merch from me. It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know what? Asia loves you back because your music is streaming very well here in Asia, in the Philippines, in Thailand, Singapore, in Taiwan, where I am. Have you heard anything about like the prospect of visiting Asia? Like, what are some of the things you're excited about if you do come here?
Goodness. I just want to do everything. I want to see everything. I want to meet everybody. Like, I get to meet you in person.
Hey.
It's a regular topic of conversation, like between my manager and I, and just like when the right time is and everything like that. I think everything is starting to open back up.
Yeah.
So hopefully really soon, really soon, like next year kind of soon.
Keeping our fingers crossed. But we're so glad that, everything is happening well for you, the new EP. We're loving it here. And of course, it's getting a lot of attention online. But it almost didn't happen, right? Like your musical career almost didn't happen. I heard you were a competitive swimmer and you could have easily gone into sports instead.
I mean, I was one of those kids that just said yes to everything and I just did everything. I wanted to do everything. I'm still kind of like that now. Yeah. So I, like in school, they teach you swimming so that you don't drown.
Very useful, yes.
I was like 9 and my teacher kind of figured out I was quite fast. So she was like, oh, you should try out for a team. And I tried out for this team. I don't know why, because it was ages 12 and up. Yeah. Somehow I got it. And then I got my national time when I was 12. And then I just started getting picked to like represent the region and the county and like going to all these competitions. I was like training 11 times a week. It was a mad time in my life. So then, I don't know, I kind of just got to the point where I was like 15 where I was just like, I feel like I've achieved everything I want to. Like, I feel like I'm good with this side of my life. Yeah. So I just kind of wanted time to focus on my grades because obviously that took a lot of time away from school.
Sure. Yeah.
And on the side, I kind of just joined an acting school, and then, but it was like a trio thing. So like it was acting, but then also dance and singing, and like they taught us audition techniques and stuff. And then that's when I got into modeling. And then, I don't know, I got a role that required me to sing. And then that was when it all started happening.
Oh, and then you decided that music is what you really want to do from that point on.
Yeah, not acting. But I don't know, I've still got a massive passion for acting. So maybe one day.
Well, you could still act in your music videos and make them into, like picturesque musical stories.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Out of curiosity, when's your birthday?
29 August. So I just had it. So I'm actually 23 now.
Oh, happy belated birthday. And yes, you are 23 now. My goodness. Does that make you, do you know about your own horoscope?
I don't know much. Do you mean like signs and stuff?
Signs.
Like I know I'm a Virgo.
Yeah, that makes you a Virgo. You know, Virgos are like, okay, let me explain. Here in Taiwan, if you ever come here, it's a great icebreaker, like a great conversation opener. And Virgos are supposed to be perfectionists. Do you find a little perfectionist in you?
My God, yes. Yes. I think it's the one thing as well that I need to like chill out with. It's just like learning when enough is enough. Like, this is good. Like, you're fine. Like, the song is fine. Excuse me. Like, just roll with it. Because I feel like you can always tweak. You can tweak stuff forever.
That's what I hear. And you know what I hear a lot about, like, artists, singer-songwriters who are perfectionists, is that if you sit on a song too long, you never feel like you can finish it. So when it comes to early hour of the AM, like, how long did you sit on it? Or did your producer have to go like, Beren, look, just get it out. Like, we need to just, stop looking at this.
I mean, it's funny, because when we're writing the songs, the writing process is always really fast for me. Like, we're quite quick. Like, it just kind of flows out. But then once we've written it, that's when it's like I start overthinking stuff. Yeah. But it's funny actually, because all of the songs bar one on this EP I wrote earlier this year, and so we have not been sitting on them for long, which is good, because then like you listen to a demo for so long and then you can't hear past it. So they all actually flowed really well. The one that took the longest was Hurt Again.
Oh, really? Why? What took it the longest?
I think it was just trying to find that like happy medium between like all of the big guitars and keeping it still quite pop and everything. And then I remember having a listening party on Zoom with my manager and the producers and everything. And we literally it was a listening session to sign off on it. And then I literally was like, no, we need to change the post-chorus hook. So that post-chorus hook that's like, that wasn't like that until the last 2 sequends.
Oh my God.
It was something completely different.
Yeah, if I were your producer, I would hate you for that.
I think you did temporarily. We're good now.
It is interesting that Hurt Again is a song about not learning from past mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's time to learn from from that experience, to never change up a song in the last second, Beren.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I'm glad I did it, and my manager's super glad that I spoke, because I feel like if I didn't, I mean, once the songs are out, they're out forever. Because that's it, you're done. Yeah. So it's I want to make sure that it's the best that it can be. Yeah. And I know if I didn't at least say something at that moment, I would have regretted it ever since. That's
true. And being an artist, it's sort of your job to, speak your mind. And when you see that something is incomplete, you got to say it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. Well, so now for the last part of our conversation today, Beren, I've heard that you're a big lover of pizza as food.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
But okay, wait, what's your favorite pizza then?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I kind of tend to just go for the margarita, to be honest. You can't really go wrong with a margarita, or a veggie one if I feel like being adventurous for the night.
I get you. So here's the thing. On this side of Asia, there are a lot of interesting toppings that we put on pizzas. And out of from 1 to 10, I want you to give me a bothered meter. How much does this bother you? Okay.
Love this. So okay, I'm ready.
First up, how do you feel about a shrimp and lobster pizza? How much does it bother you?
That makes sense.
Really?
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Okay.
8. As long as it's not super fishy.
Okay. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're okay with seafood?
Yeah, I'm okay with seafood.
Oh, then you're gonna have a grand time when you come to Taiwan. All right, the next one is what about ramen or noodle pizza?
What?
Literal.
How do you have a soup pizza? What?
Literal ramen noodles with slices of meat on it.
Oh, okay, just the noodles. That does slightly bother me. I'd try it, but that doesn't. I'm gonna have to do a 4 with that one. And I feel like a 4 is generous.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. There's like 2 different meals in one.
Right. Okay. So what about a? Do you know what bobas are? Bubble teas.
Oh my goodness, yes, I live for those.
Okay. I'm sure you have. Do you guys have that in the UK?
We have like bubble magic or like bubble tea like around London, and whenever I find one, I go straight to it. I'm
Really?
obsessed.
Okay. Well, bubble tea is basically one of the most well-known national exports of Taiwan. Like it was invented here in Taiwan. So, but here's the question: how do you feel about a boba pizza, as in having tapioca on your pizza? It would be a sweet pizza, I suppose.
That would be a sweet pizza and quite chewy.
Yeah.
That's a hella chewy pizza. My brain can't imagine it like at all. I would so be down to try it. Is it like a dessert kind of pizza or is it like a main pizza?
It is kind of like a dessert pizza. Like when you have like banana slices on pizza, like it would be kind of like that.
Wait, you have banana slices on pizza?
Oh, you haven't tried that? Banana slices and chocolate, like molten chocolate. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so like hold up. There's no tomato or like cheese, right? It's literally just like the pizza base.
Just like very thin dough as a crust.
Okay, I can do that because like savory sweet pancakes make sense. So I can understand doing that with pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm down.
Well, okay. It's good to find out about that because I think Beren's gonna have a good time when she comes to Taiwan. But this last one might bother you. Okay. How do you feel about pig blood and coriander pizza?
I mean, I'm vegetarian, so that was no go for me, rather.
I did not know that. Okay, I would not have put that on the list if I had known that. So a no for that.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't even.
Is that like black pudding?
It is. It is like what you guys have in the UK, right? Basically.
Yeah.
But with coriander.
Yeah, I mean that's something like my dad would order that. Like that's totally up my dad's street.
Great. So we have something for your dad and something for you. Now we just gotta find something for the rest of the family and we're good to go. All right. So today we had Beren Olivia right here and we absolutely love the new EP, 5 songs. We're obviously going to play the title track, early hours of the AM, but could you, and we talked about Hurt Again, could you maybe share another one, recommendation for the listeners before the end of our conversation today?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my favorite one to create and to sing is That What You Like Now. It was the first single. And I absolutely I love that song. It's all the emotion, but it's kind of got like it's funny because all of these songs had the potential to be really victim-y and like really coming from a feel sorry for me kind of place, but I actually feel like with the music and the production and the delivery of everything, like it's got this element of like sass and not really caring, like yeah, you're going through things, but like everyone is, so just might as well have fun while you're going through it. So yeah, I think that's Is That What You Like Now is like a good place to start.
Good. And I think it's a very therapeutic song if you just got out of a relationship, like a little bit of saltiness, a little bit of sass for you to listen to. So yeah, there you go. All right, Beren, thank you so much for joining us here today. And we hope you have fun tonight singing with James Arthur. And hopefully soon you can sail over to Asia.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm Beren Olivia and you're listening to Asia Pop 40.
Asia Pop 40.